one there that I gave
Third in the guarding side.
young Mark. I'll show you, you can handle, I'll show you the grandfather of that youngster because I've still got him.
Bring all the records.
Well, here, if the ring gets reported.
Is that under you though? Or is
Sorry,
it
it's under Mark. It's under Mark. That 2446 is your ring, isn't it? It's your ring. You gave me the ring, so it's registered to you. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I've got that mealy cock there, 225. I've got that. 120 grand.
And they could have
My mate Jeff Harris. He's the fellow who ended up with he ended up with that bird there. That's where that, because what happened is that bird there was brought by Les Bazecki in Nelson. He was the dentist in Nelson, and he had a heart attack and died. So then they sold all his birds, and a guy called Merv Williams lives in the Philippines now. Dodgy little.
So because I heard there's a Kiwi guy import the bird from the Philippines, the 6 birds. Maybe that guy.
No, that was Andrew Fry. Sent his birds over. He's had a falling out with that guy. He's had a falling out because the guy's not doing what he offered to do, what he said he'd do.
He was giving away the
and he was a so-called friend of his.
As far as I know, they paid around.
Have another one, Ken.
They paid around 10,000 New Zealand dollars.
Yes.
Send the birds in the Philippines.
Just that was going out because there was no issue getting them into the country, into the Philippines. It was only sending out from here.
Yeah.
Now we all know about the Janssens.
Yeah.
Modernised the modern day racing pigeons. These were the Bible boys. No one could touch them. Now I'll show you this. The big pedigree.
of the 19.
Yeah, there's a big pedigree. That's the old Merc.
So that's all your collection?
This is what my birds come down off these birds.
Ah.
Right? That there is a great grandfather way just back here in the family tree. So my birds contain all those birds, all that bloodline. The most famous family in the world. The Voss Janssen, all right. I tell you. Now there, see that there? The 019?
Yeah.
Right? Well, he's the father of that one there. 696. So if I go back into the program, you watch this.
Your own 19 is still alive?
No, he's long dead. They're long dead. But these were the main pigeons. So this is what I like about the book, because they show the pictures.
So what did you do? Did you write line breed, inbreeding for that?
Line bred, inbreed.
19?
Line bred, inbreed. See, the Wonder Voss. My birds have that in the family. You couldn't touch that pigeon when she was racing.
Red checker hen.
See, the van of 59 go back into my birds. There's the old Merc. That's him there. And the young Merc is a brother to the 019. Let's just see, here's the 019, look at him. See that light checker? That's what 704's got. He's got that light checkering. So that bird there is the great grandfather of that bird and that bird and that bird, that bird and that bird, way back in the pedigree. So this is what my birds.
I have a good youngsters.
Fuck yeah! That's a good bird. Look, see, he's inbred here. This pigeon here belonged to John Norris, and he only raced a young bird season, and he won 7 races. That pigeon. And when I tracked down John Norris up Ratahi, he was still amazed that pigeon was still alive, and it's still alive today. I'll show you. I'll show you it to him. And I got 1 youngster out of him last year. No, 2 youngsters. That cock and a hen. So I've still got the red check hen, and I was going to race him, but I lost him from Otaki. What 4 weeks ago was it? Just from a training toss.
I reckon there's a pattern.
Bloody falcons.
Yeah, 100% Falcon.
In that place too, it's Falcon.
Have you got them up there?
I reckon you got the same one.
What's that mean?
That's the name of my son.
Galing nun, no?
How do we get into it?
Kak ba yun, eh?
Oh, 1.7.
1940.
Diba yun?
Is that million or
Papel
thousand?
yun yun.
Thousand.
Ha?
Thousand viewer.
Friendly
Subscribers.
lang yun.
Oh, gano'n?
Pati yung 158 na
Yeah, look at that.
si Dag.
That's your picture.
Oo.
Is it? Oh, let's have a look.
Yeah,
Yung
that's your
tinignan ko
picture.
dun eh, yun yung mas maganda kasi lumipad siya ng ano, nalo din ng sprint din yun, di ba? 100 yata tsaka 200. Ano.
Pero distance yun.
Tapos lagi hindi na mawawala sa turn eh.
Whereabouts up?
Dude, hard to be in short distance though, the Johnsons.
Yeah. Short distance, middle distance. You watch this, bro. These 6 birds were out in front.
Yeah,
Couple minutes I can
as you said before, the 1 million that you give it to me, that's the one.
Yeah.
Can't remember the number.
He was. You watch him, you'll see him land. Changed it. Yeah, I gave it to him
Oh, you gave it to him.
because I'm a nice guy.
Thank you.
Mate, I got heaps of birds. Christ's sakes.
Fuck, over the years you'll be like, fuck, where are these birds coming from?
I'm happy.
And you'll be like, fuck, it's hard to call them.
It is hard to cull them because if I cull those Voss birds, no one in New Zealand's got them as pure as what they are there. But the old story is they'll get into inbred and then you've got to look for something. And that's why when I was yakking with Dave Driver that he had those 3 and I got those 3 off him.
Yeah.
So those 3 will carry me for another 10, 15 years, you know. But I've got here's more dropping in there. 6688 was one of those 6 of them. I think he's got 2 babies that I'll give to you when it's time to ring them.
They race Saturday.
Oh, how many?
Because here 6.
6 or 7.
And then
How many?
2 over there, 8.
I'm not sure if Rob flew because it doesn't have the basing line. So it could be 3.
That's good. That's better with ginger ale. Did you know that?
Because we used to drink
Only
only
water.
water and ice.
Oh, because you didn't want to buy ginger ale. let's get the breeding of 5596 up. Then you can see all the top.
What cockbird that passed away when Ash was looking out for them when he went down to...
That's the old cock.
Which one? 861?
Just died. He just died.
I think that was his old age. Ash was very sad about it. He's like, fuck.
Look, I said to Ash, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because when he told
Like
me...
here it is here. You have a look at this here. That's the cock that the Senko people brought in, right?
5596.
Yeah. And that's his father and that's his mother. And there's the 019 there. So if you look,
Magkano pala ano, yung entry sa ibon? The head.
Depende sa race.
Ano ba, pag 100 kilometers lang mga ilan ng...
Pagka yung
So the name of Bangli and Voss is the name only. That's the
Kawalan yung ibon.
Voss
just the main is
Bago yung
Janssen.
Voss means red.
Going back and forth na yun.
in
Ibabayad
French.
niya sa pati na magdadrive.
Doon sa mag-release doon, no?
Oo. So i-divide na lang.
There is
So kung
the-
may 100 na ibon, $1 each.
This is what mostly we're bred back to, these
Kung
birds.
mas marami
Because
pa,
if you
mas
look
maliit
here,
siguro.
it's hard to read birds. All the top janssen pigeons are in this line. It's just amazing. You see, when they call about the white-eyed janssen, see how white the eye is? That's what they call the white-eyed janssen. If you can get your janssens showing that white eye, you're pretty close. That's why I like that 704 bastard.
I
He's
see one
got-
that has that eyes I got from Peter.
Oh yeah.
He bred me a nice yearling.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, the Janssen brothers, they knew what they were doing. Whatever they were doing right, they were doing it. It's just a shame we can't do it right. See?
Do you think having more imports would help us or more like no?
More imports would help. because there's those all those new families out now, you know.
Yeah, but then again, if you
Cloisters.
look at those new families, it goes back to the janssen. Most
They
of
do, yeah, but you know, everybody gets pigeons and everybody breeds their pigeons different ways.
Yeah,
You know, I could give you the same pigeons and then 4 or 5 years later go around
They'll be
your
different.
and they'll be different, and yours would be different, mine would be different, because you have your own choices to make that you like to do, and that's just how it works. That's
Like-
pigeon racing for you.
like even those new lines, the famous one at the Gabby Bandinville. If you look at their history, it goes back to the Jansons.
Well, those, what do they call those, Buicks or Buicks or something like that?
No, I haven't heard of
They freaking, they all go back to Janssen's, so, but that's how that person bred them and raced them. So
Yeah.
these guys here, they were the founders of the modern racing.
Especially short and little
You know,
distance.
that fella De Klerk and all them, that's where they went to get their birds, was the Janssen brothers. But I think the Janssen brothers were lucky, because what happened is they went to they got the reds from a fella Klulemans back in 1917 or 18, something like that. They got several from him, and then they went to a fella called Shooters, and he was a baker in Arundel. And it was those pigeons, the Shelley Blue, you know, those slates and that of the Jansons. That's where they go back to. They go back to that Shelley Blue. Amazing pigeons, just amazing.
Because even some Carol Mulliman's.
Mullimans, yeah.
Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
back to Janssen's.
They do. They go back to Janssen's.
They're rivals though, apparently in Arundel. But somehow Carol Mulliman got his bird from